Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 16 of the Everything Motor Racing podcast. I genuinely cannot believe we're up to 16 episodes. Doesn't sound like too many, but yeah, it's been a fun ride so far. So I'm glad you lot are enjoying it because we do get a lot of messages saying you like it. So that's always positive. You're joined by your host Declan, obviously as always, and then Gary sacked us off because he's at Alton Park this weekend for the BSB because he's got a few riders there. So screw you, Gary.
Yeah, what's he doing? Like picking Alton Park and BSB and being in the paddock over us? What's he thinking?
Yeah, just not good enough, Gary. Just not good enough. And obviously, I've got Jacob from Now Motor News as well.
What's happening, guys? Just me today.
Yeah, just Jacob.
I'm quite lonely, but it'll do.
Yeah, you do live by yourself, so that makes sense.
Don't tell people how they come and fucking rob me.
Well, they're gonna do it now.
Yeah.
You've not really got much to rob, though, to be honest.
yeah, you stay away from my PC. It's the only thing worth nicking.
Pretty much, But yeah, so we've had a decent day of racing as always. I always say that after the racing, but
yeah, it's always decent. That's why.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, and then we've obviously got a lot to discuss. If you think about the Maverick Vinales situation and all that. But first, I just want to say, how are you, Jacob? How's your week been?
Wow, I did not expect pleasant Declan. Okay. Yeah, it's been alright. Why do you ask?
Just wondering. Just, try to make
I don't
it more relatable.
I don't like this. I don't like this. Don't do that again. I don't like this.
Yeah, to be fair, I never actually ask you how you are in real life, so...
Yeah, that's just freaked me right out. Don't do that.
I just bully you instead, berate you, and
make me cry on a regular basis.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's fine. It's what it is.
I mean, you've sacked me 12 times. Yet here I am.
Yeah, true.
Never gonna die.
You're probably the only person I've sacked that's actually stayed. So
yeah, you've sacked. No, I'm not.
Yeah, so you're fine. But
yep. Stuck with me now, but soz.
Yeah. Sorry. And then Gary's treading on thin water. No, it's fine.
Yeah, no, he is. Like, that's the end of him now.
That's it, Gary, you're gone.
Because he will listen to this, so when he does, you, Gary.
He's like, what? Nah, Gary, you're fine, don't worry. I don't want to get a message like, what are you saying? No.
Yeah, like, if it was up to me, he'd be gone, because, like, a couple of absence now. Like, we should have written him up on the first one, but he's still here.
Yeah, it's 2 absences now, Gary. You've been late about 12 times, Gonna have to give you a written verbal warning.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he's been at BSB. He's got a few riders in there, so he's doing alright. Danny Danny Buchan, obviously one of the guys he works with, was 4th in race 2 at BSB, so solid job today. Obviously there's a few riders, but I'm not too clued up, sorry. But yeah, so we've had a decent day of racing in Assen. We got to see Garrett Gerloff finally make a MotoGP debut.
Yeah, we all thought it was coming in Valencia last year, didn't we? But it didn't happen.
Thanks, Rossi.
Yeah, because he had the audacity to not actually test positive. Like, who do you think he is? You know what I mean?
Like, the audacity to ride his own bike that he's actually contracted to.
Yeah, I know. It's just unthinkable now.
Not good enough, Valentino.
Like, I think Gerloff's proven that, which obviously we'll get onto in a bit, there may be 2 seats available at Petronas after all.
Yeah.
There's a good chance that Gerloff has thrown himself well into the shop window with his ride. Okay, he didn't score points, but I can't think of many riders who would be able to just jump on a bike and score points in MotoGP.
No, not unless your name's like Marc Marquez or something like that. But like, even so, like, it's mid-season,
Yeah.
Like a rider, a full-time rider.
That's not Garrett Gerloff's job, is it? At the end of the day,
it's literally not his job. It's like me going and working somebody else's job role.
Yeah.
It's not like if I went to like.
If you filled in on a similar role but not quite the same, nobody would expect you to nail it straight away, would they?
Yeah, you'd make tons of mistakes and you wouldn't do well. Like, he didn't make any mistakes, just want to say. Obviously, he made the crashes that you'd expect for a rider who's adapting to carbon brakes.
Yeah, like, I would consider them mistakes, but mistakes you have to make. It's one of those things. Like, you're not going to get away with it. If you don't make those mistakes, you ain't trying hard enough.
Exactly. Like, Garrett Gerloff, did a flipping great result. I had somebody message me earlier, actually, and they're like, oh, you've been paid by Garrett Gerloff? Has he paid you at all about him? Because I've been praising him all weekend, but I've spoken to him like loads of times. He's a genuinely decent dude and genuinely deserves all the praise he gets. He's taken the risk of moving from America to Europe, and he's doing well. So credit where credit's due.
We should just point out for people listening going forward that actually no riders pay us for any praise. This is all just off our own back.
Yeah. So, yeah. I didn't think that'd ever be an issue, but apparently it is.
Well, yeah. If riders do want to pay us for praise them, feel free.
Yeah.
Even now, I still yet to get the sponsorship from Shark, so I'm starting to think about praising AGVs instead.
Yeah, come on, Shark. What are you doing? Get on it, mate. Well, you stop praising them now because Jorge Martin didn't do very well at Mugello. Where did Zarco finish in Mugello? I can't remember. Was it second?
Yeah, he was quick, wasn't he? But the top speeds are up there.
Yeah, so, it's not... I mean, Remy Gardner won, didn't he, in the Moto2 because Fernandez lost on the straight, so clearly an HK helmet is better than the Shark helmet.
That's a weird conclusion, but I'll back it for that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, up yours, Shark.
Yeah, screw you, Shark. Not paying us.
But the point I'm trying to make is that literally no riders pay us at all. This is all just riders who, we believe are very good off our own backs.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to say we've got a decent eye for talent. Like you spotted Fermin Aldeguer years ago, and I spotted Javier Artigas back in 2015 when he was in Moto4s, and even pre to that,
Yeah, and obviously Izan Guevara, I've been pushing quite hard.
Yeah, we've got a proven track record. You know,
100%.
And Rossi Moore, I've been banging on about. He won in the Northern Talent Cup again today, so fair play to that kid. Now we're just kissing our own asses at the moment. I don't think people want to listen to this.
Well,
I can just hear everyone turning off now. Like, what the hell are you going on about?
Yeah, well, they're gonna listen. No, go us.
Woo! But yeah, so we've got a lot to talk about, and I'm just gonna dive straight in head first and say Maverick Vinales to Aprilia.
What's happening there?
Thing is, I heard about it early last week.
You don't want to commit. I know you don't want to commit.
Well, no.
I get it.
Hear me out. Right, so I heard about it early last week, and I was really when you I'm an R because you're like, nah, wait. It's like when Lorenzo to Repsol Honda appeared, and you're like, nah, it'll never happen, for this reason. And, with Maverick Vinales, I heard about it, and I was like, dismiss it, because you had all these bonkers rumours during silly season. But over the week, it is all
well, we've broken it down, haven't we?
Yeah.
And every point that we make, obviously, people that won't see it because it's in our group chat, but every point we make, it starts to piece the puzzle together.
Yeah, obviously, we will explain the puzzle that we're on
about. Yeah.
But,
obviously, people. I'm pretty sure people realise at this point that we do talk about bikes outside of this.
Yeah, I hope so.
And every point we make, it just sort of seems to piece it together a little bit more.
Yeah, and it's weird. It's kind of gained more and more traction over the week, and then obviously Ricard Hove obviously published it on Twitter. He's obviously in the zone, but he also managed Vinales years ago, and. Everyone's just gone mad because he's quite trustworthy. He's a decent enough figure in the paddock that people will believe what he says.
Yeah.
And so it's not like it's BS. We're not. It's got a lot of traction now.
It's got traction because it's correct. It is a trustworthy. Everything has to come from somewhere. Everybody when someone screams at you, "Oh, what's your source?" A lot of the time it's us finding out stuff, but it has to come from somewhere. Even if it's the rider himself, that's a source.
Yeah, exactly. But it's interesting that big sources, and then you go on all the coverage today. Dorna, BT Sports, you got DAZN and all that. They're all talking about it. Vinales has been questioning about it. Yamaha, if basically it wasn't happening, Yamaha would have outright denied it, but instead they've refused to comment on it.
Yeah, Mayo Meregali was very much avoiding the question. We know Maverick, despite what some people are thinking, we know Maverick's going to stay until the end of the season.
Yeah.
He's not going to quit in the summer break unless it goes completely tits up with Yamaha, which it could. It's Maverick, he's flicked on teams before, yeah. It could happen, but the fact of the matter is this whole breaking of contract is for the end of the season. He will see the season out with Yamaha, short of like a complete and utter cock up somewhere. But he is contracted for as it stands right now. He is contracted for 2022 with Yamaha, and he will not ride for him in 2022. No way.
No, I can't see it. Like, he got second place today, and oh my god, he had a face of thunder in Parc Ferme, on the podium, in the press photos after. There's a photo going around on Twitter, and Vinales, it's like the whole kind of pit box, and they're all cheering, and Quartararo's like, yeah, and Maverick Vinales just sat there with a face of thunder. Like, you've got second in the race after recovering from last place last weekend, and all you can do is piss and moan about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to rip him too hard because, as we've said last week, he's clearly in a very bad pace.
Something like,
yeah. But at the end of the day, like, come on, man, you've just got second place in the MotoGP World Championship at the Cathedral of Speed.
Yeah,
smile a bit, but come on.
Yeah, it's very clear that he doesn't want to be there anymore. In the press conference afterwards, he was asked, if Yamaha Japan reached out to you to support you, and he said no, but they're all backing it up with the whole PR thing of, but I have a very good relationship with them. I have a good relationship with Yamaha Japan. It's the whole PR thing, so you don't get in trouble. But the thing is, he didn't. Yeah, he hasn't spoken to them.
That's the problem. It's that it's over, innit? It's like like when a relationship goes south.
Yeah, you just can feel it.
Yeah, and you just know, and then you stop texting back. That's what's happened to you.
Yeah, like Maverick Vinales is no longer texting Jarvis back.
Yeah, that's it. There's your headline for the thing. Maverick's ghosted Yamaha.
Yeah, it's just horrible to see, and we've seen it before where teams and riders, they just fall out, and you can't. Maverick Vinales is sick of it. He's just so clearly unhappy with everything that's going on, and then he didn't win today, and he blamed the clutch from the start.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they build the clutches with in Yamaha, but this is becoming a problem.
Yeah, but is it just Yamaha's book of excuses to tell everybody after a race? They've got like a pre-written book, right? Say it's about this, because the clutch isn't a Yamaha clutch, it's a X clutch from X sponsor kind of thing.
Yeah, I would go for clutch because suddenly they seem to have almost sorted their starts out, so they clearly put in a lot more through the clutch.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But
so I mean, it's more believable than I dropped back to last to get clean air data. Put it that way.
Yeah, that was something special. That one.
Yeah, that was up there with the best.
Yeah, but
I think Aprilia could be the best for him. Like, and unless like suddenly Aprilia come with a massive update in, say, like after the summer break and win every single race, there's not going to be that much pressure on him.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, Maverick Vinales has strived without pressure in the past. Like, yes, I think I said this last time, but he was a 2013 Moto3 world champion, but it was in a season where he knew damn right he could win the championship that year. So there wasn't as much pressure as you normally would apply to yourself when you've got that self-belief of, I can win this. This is my title to lose.
Plus,
and then he went to Moto2.
Yeah, but Moto3 and Moto2 pressure is not the same as MotoGP pressure either.
Yeah, of course. But like in, say, Moto2, again, he did really well because he was a rookie and he could afford mistakes. Then he went to Suzuki and MotoGP, zero pressure, and he won races and got podiums with no pressure to perform.
Exactly.
And then he goes to Yamaha, where suddenly he's taking the boots of Jorge Lorenzo, who's a five-time champion across all classes, 3-time MotoGP world champion, X amount of race wins, etc., etc. And, suddenly there's a huge boots to fill, and he's never lived up to Lorenzo's level.
Well, dude, not many people would, though.
Yeah, like, not many would, don't get me wrong, but, there's a level that Lorenzo's set, and even trying to get anywhere near that, he's straight failed at doing. Fabio, on the other hand, is striving.
Yeah, that's actually one thing I wanted to bring up. It's weird you mentioned Lorenzo, because that was something I was going to say to you, was, do you reckon Jorge's seeing a lot of himself in Fabio right now?
Yeah, Fabio's he's a smooth rider like Lorenzo was. He's he's got that young gun mentality of like the killer instinct. Fabio will probably win a few titles. He'll never be the Lorenzo as such, but
No.
he's got, I don't know, Fabio's just a different breed again. He can just pick off the laps. He can click them off as he does today. And, as soon as he got past Pecco, that was it. He was off in the distance as Lorenzo used to do. And Fabio's he's just a very good all-round rider. And if he can maintain this strong mental health that he's got now, there's no reason why he won't be a champion, obviously barring injury or something,
But yeah, it's weird you mentioned that because I was going to bring it up later, but just led into it. So happy days.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, would you say they're similar, or?
I think they have the same mental state right now. Like when Jorge knew he was going into a weekend where he would podium, chances are he would win.
Yeah, because he knew he could win.
Yeah, but like I'm not saying Fabio knew he could win, but he definitely knew he could step on the podium. But then the podium confidence normally translated into a win with Lorenzo. And now Fabio's doing the same.
Yeah, because he's winning at like all different tracks, it doesn't matter what it is. He's still up there. If he's not winning, he's on the podium. Obviously Jerez is a massive anomaly because of his arm pump, but Sachsenring, completely different track to, say, Catalunya, a different track to, say, Qatar, a different track to now Assen, sorry. And he's getting wins, he's getting podiums, Le Mans, I said it right.
Yeah, but no, I was just about to say, well done, proud of you.
But, so he's very adaptable across multiple tracks.
Yeah, like, I'm not getting carried away because the next 2 rounds are going to be a very big struggle for Yam.
Yeah,
but then after
absolutely.
that, he could basically win the title from there.
Yeah, because then you got obviously Mazzano, Silverstone, all tracks that the Yamaha likes and does well at. If we remember back to 2013 at Silverstone,
Fabio is making the difference right now at the end of the day. So that's exactly what Jorge did.
I mean, do you think that maybe Yamaha are now putting all their eggs in one basket?
Yeah, but wouldn't you?
Yeah,
I mean,
but do you?
To a point, because we've all seen what happened with Honda.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Yeah.
But Yamaha have also prided themselves on building a rideable bike over making the bike better for a rider like Honda.
Yeah.
So I think putting all their eggs in the Fabio basket is not the stupidest decision.
No, exactly. Because Fabio is,
special. He's special. There's no other way to put it.
It's what?
He's special. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah, it's strange. Obviously, it's strange considering his obviously previous class experience. He
believed his own hype. He did. That was his issue.
Yeah.
And then he needed the humbling almost of, like, it's weird to say Pons and speed up is a humbling, but it's not the fast track route he expected to MotoGP.
No, it's just
and he
Moto3
needed that.
Smash it, Moto2 smash it, MotoGP.
Yeah, he expected to basically pull a Raul Fernandez, didn't he? And it didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. And not many riders can do it, which is why there's only 24 I think there are.
Yeah, 26 next year.
Yeah, MotoGP grid slots, because not many riders can do it in all 3 classes.
Yeah.
And, he's one of the riders who can. He got, obviously, Petronas will say themselves, Fabio was a massive gamble, but it's paid off. So.
Well, they did, didn't they, in the dock?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Like, so another rider who's, don't forget, like, podiumed in all 3 classes, someone like Alex Marquez. So,
yeah. Exactly,
that's the level of company you're keeping, is a double world champion.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, but yeah, so, hold on, we've got on a little tangent on Quartararo. So going back to Vinales, obviously this Aprilia thing, it does make a lot of sense when you think about it.
Oh yeah, 100%. He's there, and he for me, first and foremost, is the pressure side of it.
Yeah.
Massimo Ravioli, as Susie Perry said, he doesn't put as much pressure on the riders as Yamaha do. The bike itself is, as I've said many times, I'm sure everybody's bored of hearing it by now, but it's a race-winning bike they haven't won yet.
Yeah.
It's a very, very front-end positive bike, which is what Maverick likes. Yeah, hence why he does so well on the Yam.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's only going to get better.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like a growing plant, isn't it?
That's it. It's like I see no downside anymore. If you said to me in 2019 Yamaha are looking like Maverick was looking to go to Aprilia, I'd have laughed in your face.
Yeah, but no, do not do that.
But now, everything's different. Like Aprilia are taking it seriously.
Yeah.
They have all different personnel from, I don't want to say the idiots, but perhaps not the correct people in the correct roles previously.
Yeah.
And now they have the right people in the right roles doing the right things.
Yeah, and it's proven on their track record because Alicia's been unbelievably consistent this year with another 8th at Assen.
Yeah, like there's no downside. And then it's no downside for Yamaha either because they gain Frankie Morbidelli in the factory team.
Hopefully.
Well, it will one day, let's be real.
Well, I want to explain something in a little bit, but yeah, carry on.
Yeah, but we all know Morbidelli's contract is factory team comes in. Petronas have to allow it, blah, blah, blah. So even Yamaha.
No,
so,
he's a Petronas rider. He's not a factory Yamaha.
Yeah, but his contract clause states that if a factory comes in for him, Petronas have to let him speak to them.
Yeah, but no, just carry on with what you're saying with Maverick, because I want to explain the counterpoint a little bit. But
then either way, obviously that opens up two. Like if my thing is right, then opens up 2 Petronas spots. So then that's Dorna's wet dream because they can have a Brit and an Aprilia and an American in Gerloff and Jake Dixon.
Yeah.
So suddenly Dorna rubbing their hands, Carmelo Espeleta's just sat there like, oh yes.
Yeah, let's go. I mean, thing is, obviously, many might be sat here going, oh, what about Dovi? But it's been reported, obviously take this with a pinch of salt, that Dovizioso doesn't want to sign for Aprilia.
Yes, his manager, Battistella, has been making noises saying that basically Noale is not his destination.
Yeah, so if that's the case, then that means Dovi's out of the equation, and it means that Vinales is free to go to Aprilia as long as he can buy himself out of his Yamaha contract, which will cost him about €6 million.
Yeah, but Aprilia can afford it. If they really want him, which I believe they would.
Yeah.
Piaggio could afford $6 million.
Yeah, for a rider who could probably win them races. Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think in the long run it'd be worth it, but it's just a case of obviously putting that investment in now. And also can't forget that Aleix and Vinales have worked very well together previously at Suzuki.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Both had quite good success when they linked up together.
Yeah, they're good friends still now. They still train together, they cycle together, they do things together. They are good friends still.
Yeah, that's it.
So, I think they work really well. But,
maybe, like everybody's saying, Dovi is the piece for Aprilia. Maybe he's not, after all.
Yeah, maybe it's Vinales.
Yeah, certainly.
But
then again, it could go the other way, and it could get to him even further. And he could just fall apart like a cheap watch again. Except this time it's on the Aprilia. And when you fall apart the Aprilia, chances are you're going to be last every single time.
Yeah, you ain't coming. It's a gamble for Vinales. He's got that comfort of another year at Yamaha. But if he goes to Aprilia and screws up again, that's it, mate. He ain't recovered from that,
Yeah, I'd like to just point out that I don't believe he could fail at Aprilia almost. There's short of a massive personal implosion. Yeah. I don't see how he could possibly fail at Aprilia because everything's on the up. It's like the perfect storm at the perfect time for me.
Yeah, but you got to remember, the Aprilia is a different bike to the Yamaha. It's got an inline-4 engine, so it's different to ride. He could just not adapt to it very well.
I think it's the most similar V4 to Yamaha though. KTM, we know not many riders who've been on steel for alley frames, etc., can adapt. So that almost puts KTM out. Honda, pig of a bike at the moment. You would never ever jump on that from a Yamaha right now, unless Honda said use £25 billion. Go nuts. So that's really the only 2 good options for him. Would in terms of a V4 would be Ducati. And Maverick's a big fit kid. He looks after himself really well. He's able to muscle a bike around. So Ducati or Aprilia would definitely be the two real options for a V4.
Yeah, and I mean, he actually has a chance to make history if he goes to Aprilia and wins a race. Because if he wins a race on the Aprilia, I think he'll either be it's one of four. He'll be the fifth rider in history to win a Premier Class race on three different manufacturers. Obviously, it would be Suzuki, Yamaha, and Aprilia. Yeah. If he goes to Aprilia and wins a race, that's something.
It's possible.
Well. You are.
It is possible. That's the thing.
Yeah, it is genuinely possible. Yeah.
But I've never Maverick's never struck me as someone who cares about history as such. He just wants to be himself and win titles, which is fair enough.
It's just a little fact, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It'd be cool. Like, look, it'd be one of those. I think if he does it, I don't think he would quite realize the magnitude at the time. I think it would be afterwards. Yeah,
it's like a massive magnitude. Like, I think, right, you're gonna have to. You can't quote me fully on it, but I can't remember all the riders. I'm pretty sure it's like Hayward. Who is it? The guy who went to Kajiva. Oh God, this is my memory.
Eddie Lawson.
Is it Eddie Lawson?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Eddie Lawson, and I think Max Biaggi.
Steady Eddie.
Loris Capirossi, I think, is one. See, you're gonna have to Google it. I've written it on the website somewhere. I can't remember. I'm sorry. People are gonna be screaming at me now, like, "What the hell is this rider?" But he would be literally one of 5 riders.
Yeah, so, and he would be, aside from that, he'd be the first Aprilia 4-stroke winner.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There's a lot on the table for him to suddenly be remembered.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it would be it'd be really impressive. To be fair.
First and foremost, I think it would just it's a move that suits at the right time. I think first and foremost, any move that Vinales makes now needs to be looking after himself.
100%.
Because he's not right at the moment. So he's like going through it right now. You know what I mean? Like, so for him to be able to move to a place where he can be happy is essential.
Yeah, because he needs to be happy at the end of it. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, you could have the best of everything. If you're a miserable bugger doing it, then it's not worth it.
No, it's not.
Simple as.
Yeah, and I mean, as well, obviously you've mentioned Franco Morbidelli going to factory team, but I just want to say I really want to see Franco Morbidelli in that factory team more than anything else in this world. Actually, no. The second most thing I want in the world, I can't even get my words out, is Franco Morbidelli in the factory team. Obviously, first is Sean Dillon Kelly in the World Championship, but Franco Morbidelli to go into a factory Yamaha team would be so good. He'd deserve it for one, but the only issue I can see is that Yamaha are still trying to get Raul Fernandez, and they could use that factory seat as a perfect bargaining tool to pull him over.
I'm of the opinion, whether I'm right, but I'm of the opinion that KTM have already signed him.
I'm of the opinion that he will stay with KTM as well, to be fair.
Yeah, I think Tech 3 like they put something in front of him that says, "Here are many, many zeros, Raul. You get to ride a KTM and go to MotoGP and have as many people as you want."
Yeah.
Like, here we go. Oh, what's this? Oh no, I dropped this blank check. Oh no. That's what it is. So I think he's already signed. Like, and after today, which we'll get on to, if Pit Pyro hasn't already stuck a contract under his nose, he will be now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I mean, I genuinely cannot see Raul Fernandez going to Yamaha because they'd have to drop Red Bull mainly. And people are like, it's only just
maybe not. If Rossi leaves, Monster leave.
Yeah, but what I mean is like factory Yamaha. If Yamaha tempt him with a factory contract, which I think they would, I can't see him dropping Red Bull.
But that's the thing. I think even if Yamaha did get him on a factory contract, they would put him in Petronas for now. Because it's less pressure.
Let me speak. So I can't see him dropping Red Bull because a lot of people saying, he'll go to Yamaha. But the thing is, even if hypothetically, if Monster stays at Petronas as well as factory team, he would have to obviously drop Red Bull. Many riders have dropped sponsors in the past. Dovizioso ended a long-term relationship with Red Bull to go to Tech 3. Jorge Lorenzo ended a long-term relationship with Monster Energy to go to Honda. But the difference is between these riders and Raul Fernandez is Red Bull have literally sponsored him since he was in the Chev Moto3 Championship.
Yeah,
Then
and the
sponsored him at
rookies.
Aspar, then got him into the IO team and got him where he is now. He would not be the rider he is now if it wasn't for Red Bull. He does a lot of work with Kimi at Red Bull, who do like the motocross gear and things like that, the helmets with the Red Bull
Yep,
logos
that's it.
on. There is no way in hell I could see him dropping Red Bull, especially when his manager is a high guy in Red Bull. I cannot.
What are you accusing someone of looking after himself? No.
I honestly yes,
Nah, you're right.
Yamaha. He would take all sponsors out of this. He would fit that Yamaha like a glove. His riding style is impeccable and would suit that Yamaha perfectly. He's smooth, he's clean, he doesn't back it in.
He practices on an R1.
Yeah, he practices on the Yamaha R1. Yes, he sits on the rev limiter a bit, but all Moto2 riders do that.
Yeah.
His riding style is perfection for Yamaha.
Yeah.
But there is no way in hell he's dropping Red Bull. And, come back to this and be like, I know he's dropped Red Bull to go Yamaha, if he does do it, but I just cannot see it.
No, you're right. Like, there's just no way. Like, Raul Fernandez basically owes his life to Red Bull. What he 100%. Has right now, he owes to them. And, like, Fernandez might be, he might come across as a bit of a, angry kid, blah, blah. But
yeah, we know some stories.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he's very loyal to what he has. Like, you never see him, you never hear stories of him not looking after his own, should we say.
I mean, Jorge Martin might have something. No, Aspar. Jorge Martinez. There we go. Might have something to say about that. But...
Well, yeah, but I mean, it takes two to tango as well.
Yeah, because basically, if you don't know, when he went to the Red Bull KTM IO Moto3 squad, he actually had a 2-year deal with Aspar after winning their Chev Moto3 Championship for them. And Red Bull and KTM bought him out of that contract to get him in their IO squad.
Like, at the end of the day,
2020.
Mr. Aspar could have said, no, I don't want to lose him, but he did.
Yeah.
Like, for me, that's not quite Fernandez's fault. Like, obviously, he wanted to go, but, it takes two to tango, and Fernandez always seems to look after his own, and I think he considers Red Bull his own.
Yeah, he treats his brother really well as well, and his brother does brother's not sponsored by Red Bull, but his little brother Petito does do some. Adrian, I should say. Adrian does do some stuff with Red Bull as well, so.
Yeah, there's no way. That's why I think Morbidelli is destined for that second factory seat, because because I don't think Fernandez is a factor. Like, there's been discussions, and I imagine Yamaha have thrown an offer at him, which is cool. Must be nice, but he ain't leaving.
No way. Like, obviously, come back to this, like I've said, laugh at me, send me this video clip of me saying, he's not dropping Red Bull if he does do it, but I'm putting my neck on the line and saying he's not leaving Red Bull and he will not go to Yamaha. Yeah,
I will join you on that. There is no way. The only way this is going to happen is if Red Bull sponsor Yamaha.
Yeah.
It's simple as.
Because I said it about Maverick Vinales a few years ago. It's like, he won't drop Red Bull, but he'd only been with Red Bull about 2 years anyway.
Yeah, and obviously that he was Red Bull in the Moto2 when he.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Like, we're only the Moto2, not coming through the ranks with them like Raul Love.
I will actually put a point in though to counter myself, which is interesting. There are 2 riders who just come to mind.
Here we go, guys. You're going to look into Deck's head 24/7 now.
It's terrible. You don't want to know about it. But I can just think of 2 riders who have dropped Red Bull to go to Monster. And
John Hopkins.
Yeah, well, there's one.
And Dovey.
Well, and I've got 2 more. Obviously, I've already mentioned Dovey, but Jonas Folger, back in the day, back when he was a little peewee, 10, 11, 12-year-old, raced for the Red Bull Racing Academy.
Yes.
He was sponsored by Red Bull from the age of about 12, 10 years old, all the way through 125's Moto3, all the way from Moto2, and dropped them to get a Tech 3 MotoGP seat, and then he swapped to Monster Energy. So he has dropped a long-term sponsor like that before. So maybe it can happen. And then the other rider, I would say, who again was in the Red Bull Academy, raced for them in the Super Sport classes, then was personally sponsored by them as he ascended through the World Super Sport ranks, then the World Superbike
I know what you're going to
and then
say.
signed for Kawasaki in 2015. On
Are you on
Monster
about
Energy.
certain Northern Irishman?
I am indeed, Miss Jonathan Reyes. So maybe, obviously, what Jonathan Reyes achieved on that Kawasaki after dropping Red Bull has put him into the history books forever. So maybe Raul Fernandez will look at it as a long term and go, if I drop Red Bull for Monster Energy, then I can maybe achieve all this stuff with Yamaha. But he may look at it and go, KTM will push me further than Yamaha could.
Yeah, KTM are more on the up than Yamaha for me as well. That's the other point that we're even before that we're missing.
Yeah, so I'm basically just doing Gary's job now and basically putting points against me.
No, I don't see how there's any long-term benefit for Raul Fernandez to go to Yamaha short of the bike being good. And that's like the way KTM are ascending. That's not going to be a point for that much longer.
No, exactly. Because I mean, to be fair, Binder, he's pretty aggressive. Oliveira isn't that aggressive. Yes, he's a bit aggressive, but he's not sideways Marc Marquez style.
No, that's it. This the KTM is starting to get a bit of a rounded edge.
As spot on. It's got a bit of, the Honda is pointy. It's sharp.
Oh yeah, the Honda wants to kill you, doesn't it? Like that makes what Marc Marquez has done today even more impressive for me.
Oh yeah,
because that Honda you could see every corner the traction control was fighting him. It just wanted to murder him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a lethal thing.
I don't know what's got that Honda's goat lately, but I don't know whether he saw his missus in bed with another bike or what. But it's just it's just the angriest thing I've seen in a long time. It's awful.
Oh, Jacob, I'm just going to cut across you there, right? And while people are listening, they can get our live reaction. Apparently, according to Sky Italia, a press release confirming Maverick Vinales' departure from Yamaha will come in the next few hours.
Oh God! Okay, that's fair.
So I guess if Sky Italia are correct, by the time you're hearing this, Maverick Vinales will have left Yamaha.
That's not Dazen saying it either.
No.
That's it. Sky Sports Italia.
Yeah, but they also confirmed Pedrosa to Petronas Yamaha. So to Monster Yamaha. So I'm still a bit wary on Sky Italia because they have confirmed some dodgy shit in the ears. I cannot lie.
If that news is just coming through in the infamous group chat again. But yeah, if it's true, which let's be real, it probably is. Even if Maverick doesn't go with Aprilia, he's definitely leaving Yamaha. There's make no mistake. The relationship is broken, as we said earlier.
It's gone.
So
it's done.
This is hardly breaking out of the box news for me. But it's all this missing is confirmation.
Yeah. So there we go. It's an interesting one, isn't it? MotoGP, it's just.
This is the silliest silly season in a long time.
Nah, mate, it gets sillier every year, man.
Yeah.
There we go. It was said 2 hours ago that he would be leaving. So there we go.
That's just wow.
Yeah. It's very interesting because I do think that I think he'd do good at it.
Do you know what? While we're discussing obviously the silly season, one thing I did want to ask you was the IO seats
in Moto2.
Yeah, because obviously both are going to go up.
Yeah, of course.
Now we know Masia and Acosta both have Moto2 deals.
Yeah.
So, who goes in at Moto3?
This is a good question because I just cannot decide. So, I'm thinking Diego Moreira.
Yep, I think he's a given.
And then the next one's so difficult because there's about 7 riders. So,
I think it's the rookies champ, unless it's Holgado.
Well, thing is, I don't know because say it's Holgado, right? Theoretically, say Holgado wins the Chev and wins the rookies, then it's more than likely Aspar will hire him and put Sergio Garcia to Moto2 whilst Aaron Canet goes to Grassini on a Moto2. That's just what I think. I think that Canet will leave to go to KLX, which obviously opens a spot for Garcia. So that is perfect. But what if Alonso, 15-year-old Alonso, who will be 15 at Qatar next year, wins the Red Bull Rookies Cup and Holgado wins the rookies.
See, this is where I'm tripping up on your opinion of this, because Aspar will not let Alonso go. They would sooner let Holgado go than Alonso.
Yes.
So I don't think there's any just Alonso's not an option for me.
So if Alonso goes up and Holgado goes up, because Alonso will get a special dispensation to go up as a 15-year-old if he wins the Rookies Cup.
Yeah, because Garcia's done enough to move.
Well, then Holgado, will he go to the the IO team?
Well, that was what I was thinking. Yeah. I can't. The only way you will ever see Alonso on that IO bike is if Aspar runs out of money for me.
Yeah. No, or they do what they did last time and buy him out as contract like they did with Raul Fernandez.
I don't think they would let him though.
No.
He's been with Aspar since 85s.
Yeah, since he was literally 8 years old.
Fernandez wasn't doing that.
No.
He's got a tie to Alonso. He believes in Alonso. He's done the same, with a few riders in the past where he's brought him from tiny duts, So I don't see any way that Alonso gets on that IO bike. Just don't.
Then you're saying maybe Moreira and...
Well, Moreira, we think...
And Holgado.
Moreira, we know, obviously I'm not saying it, but we know there's stuff going on in the background as well with Moreira.
He's tested the bike, and he's got links to KTM. KTM really like him. He's Brazilian. Yeah. He'll bring a lot of money in as well.
Yeah, he does not like the Honda.
No, he does not like the Honda.
There's Moreira, I think, is pretty much guaranteed.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. And I mean, a lot of riders don't like the Honda this year.
Well, the KTM's so much better. And with this freeze, the Moto3 freeze, suddenly everybody's going to look to have a KTM. I don't know what Honda can do. Short of asking Leopard to give up their secrets, there's no way,
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So I think that'd be really interesting, because there's so many good riders that I want to put in there as well, because I don't know.
The other question is though, why do you think Cannett's going to leave to go on a Kalex?
Because the Bosco Scuro is too inconsistent. He's a great rider, but the Bosco Scuro only goes well at some tracks. If you put him a Kalex that is good at all tracks, then
who takes him though?
Grassini.
You reckon?
Yeah. Can it go to Grassini Moto 2? Balega will be out as well.
Yeah, Balega's flattering to deceive, shall we say.
Yeah, so
but
get
at the same time, both Gabri and Alcoba will be looking to go to Moto 2, won't they?
Well, then you put Gabri. I think Alcoba might do another year.
Because Alcoba's getting big now. He's a tall boy. He needs to move very soon.
Well, I'd say out of Gabri and Alcoba will go up maybe next. But the thing is, I'm just saying that Canet will go to Grassini because it seems like the obvious choice. I could be wrong and he'll go elsewhere. There are multiple other teams on the grid.
This is what I was going to say to you, like you've been saying, Grassini. What about Petronas?
Yeah, that's a shout, to be fair, yeah.
That was my thought. Because I think it's going to open up.
Yeah, he's looking at exiting stage left, but then the big rumour is that Darren Binder's going to go there.
Yeah, he'll be alongside Darren Binder.
Yeah.
And then that opens up Petronas Moto3 seats, because we know McPhee can't stay as well. They ain't going to move McPhee up. So,
well, then I know exactly what they'll do.
Go on, hit me.
I'm saying that they'll replace. This is complete guess. Well, not guess, but this is my gut feeling.
Educated guess, should we say?
Right, so if you look at the Chev Moto 3, and I was speaking to this rider the other day about it, so if you look at the Chev Moto 3 Championship now, in the top 6, there are 2 riders who aren't Spanish. You've got Mario Aggi in 5th, and you've got Scott Ogden in 6th place. Dorna want British riders to go into Moto 3.
Well, no. Mario Aggi is going to go to Honda Team Asia.
Yeah.
So that's not a Petronas. So now only Scott Ogden's only filling 1. In that scenario.
Yeah,
plus...
let me finish. So, obviously, Scott Ogden, I think, will replace John McPhee. And so
deservedly?
Yes, absolutely, as well, because he has a shot at getting 3rd in the championship, absolutely. But then I can see them picking up a rider like Riccardo Rossi or something like that who should deserve a better ride.
What about Alberto Sura.
I think he'll stay. I think VR46 will make a full Moto3 team next year, and Sura will go there.
That's my feel as well.
So I can't say Sura.
Yeah, because like RG's going up. There's no way that the Honda team Asia ain't going to promote him and drop Farid. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
The only stumbling block there would be Matsuyama.
He's not really proven himself, though, is he? In these wild cards.
Yeah, he's not.
He was last place in Moto3.
Yeah, he's it's just that Moto3 silly season is more exciting for me than MotoGP because there's so you could pick one of any top 12 in CEV right now.
Yeah, and they'll go up.
They all deserve to go up. The talent pool is so high.
Yeah, and I think genuinely Scott Ogden has done enough now to warrant a seat.
I do,
genuinely.
But I do believe that Aspar will want to keep him down for one more year and then move him up with themselves.
He'll be 19 then. No, maybe even touching 20
18.
years old.
He'll be 18 next year.
Oh, would he? No,
yeah.
Is he 18 now? Okay.
17 now.
Fair enough. But so...
No, his time's still on his side. Olgado's older than him.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. Sorry. No, he's not.
You're chatting shit now.
Yeah, but Olgado's obviously in pole position to go up with Aspar. That's the thing.
Yeah, Olgado will go up, but I can see Joel Kelso getting a Moto3 seat 100% as well.
Joel Kelso, CIP would look very impressed with him.
Yeah, they did. He's done really well, so I can see him.
Yes.
If it's not there, I can see him being swooped up by another team anyway.
Yeah, so, BOE or something. Yeah.
So I think Joel Kelso will go up as well. But maybe even Petronas, you never know.
I already think Darren Binder is rubber stamped in Moto2.
Yeah, 100%.
McPhee, I think, is going to actually exit the championship because there's no Moto2 team is going to want him. They're just not now. He's missed the boat.
Yeah. So I can see definitely Binder going up.
But then of course, maybe that's only one seat depending on who they promote. Because if they promote Dixon, not Vierge.
Well, Vierge's looking at leaving the team anyway, so...
Yeah, that is the other point, isn't it?
So, yeah. And Dennis Foggia needs a Moto2 seat.
Does he?
Yeah, Dennis Foggia will take a Moto2 seat. I can see him going up 100%.
I can see him... If this isn't a false dawn today, and he sorts out his consistency for the second half of the season, I can see him staying down for a full tilt at the title.
Well, he's only in third. He's only in third place in the championship. I can genuinely see him going up now. He's been in the Moto3 class for so long. If he takes any longer, he'll hit the bracket of, your Rodrigos, your Antonellis. This is the year he needs to go up.
That's it. Yeah, I hadn't really considered Foggia as a type to go up, but
yeah, I see him. Maybe even him at Petronas.
Ooh.
He's Italian, so he. He'd do all right wherever he goes.
Yeah, I hadn't even put Foggia into this bracket. He's so inconsistent. You don't really think of him.
No, but he's inconsistent enough to be sat in third place in the championship. So
yes, it's just this is the first race where he scored points after scoring points the previous race.
Yeah, and every race he's finished this season in the points have been on the podium.
Yeah,
which is madness.
I love silly season. I love talking about it. There's so many permutations.
Yeah, so many random things.
We know some of the moves that are going to happen, but not all of them. So we have to sort of fill in the gaps.
Yeah, exactly. And there's stuff we cannot divulge here, so we're trying to be
But we make it's more educated guesses. There's obviously not been announced, but it's common knowledge that Masia and Acosta both have a Moto2 contract next year.
Yeah.
And
we're going to assume that's IO.
We don't know where, but basically, I think that's the other reason KTM are pushing to move Fernandez up so they can slot them both into IO.
Yeah, and Acosta is not going to VR46. That's been confirmed to myself.
Yeah, that was never going to happen anyway, is it?
So, yeah, because...
there's no way. I'm sorry. If you believe that, then you are just a goose.
Well, no, because it's like a nice little dream, but it's just not. It's just not.
It's not. I'm sorry, but if you did believe that, then you're just caught up in hype of this new kid. Simple as.
everybody wants him at the end of the day, so it's fair.
But KTM and I are in the good position of already having him.
Yeah.
So why the hell would you not move him up? Like, he's a big tall lad. He's got the Ben Speed style that'll work well on a big bike. Like, I think this whole thing of signing riders early has almost come back to bite Io on the arse a little bit, because they signed Masia up at the start of the season with a Moto2 contract as promised, and now Acosta's suddenly the man.
Yeah, I mean, Acosta is the man, from hospital to P4 today.
Yeah, hospital to P4, like having his porridge and then like going straight to track, and impressive as hell. Morphine, yeah,
play to that kid. So I there's no doubt, everybody wants him. I genuinely think that Valentino Rossi's team were genuinely considering breaking their rules to have him.
I think the option was going to be explored, but it was never serious. Because even if they broke the rule of the Italians, getting him from Io would be such a struggle that it just wouldn't be worth. Yeah, it wouldn't be worth VR46's time. It just wouldn't.
No, and I think now he should do 2-3 years in Moto2, maybe even 4 years in Moto2.
Yeah, it doesn't kill your career. Look at Alex Marquez.
Exactly. Yeah, like
I don't think he'll need
17, He's got time on his side.
Like, and for everybody saying, "Oh, you should just go up to MotoGP. You can't ride in MotoGP until you're 18."
His career.
But you can't. You've got to be 18. Yeah, but of course, we've seen Dorna Brand rules before for riders, so.
Yeah. So moving on to the races, we had 3 very good races today, as always. Obviously, MotoGP was a little bit boring towards the end, but hey ho. So obviously, we start with Moto3 as always, and Gary. We'll start with the predictions. So obviously, we'll start with Gary Lee, who's listening right now, who went for Acosta, McPhee and Fenati, who he actually did get right.
Yeah,
play.
I can't believe it. Of all the riders who you thought would be the podium, it wasn't Fenati,
yeah,
was it?
Romano Fenati. Because we were like, Fenati?
Yeah, come on now, man. But no, and then, he knows something we don't, doesn't he? He got like a crystal ball just from one rider in a week. Like.
Yeah. And then you went for Alcoba, Onshu and Rodrigo, so you were miles off. And then I went for Alcoba, Acosta, and Masia.
I think it's worth pointing out. I think Alcoba had the pace to put. Like, a lot of my guys had the pace to podium, but didn't.
But no, because he lost a load of time, didn't he?
Yeah, he lost the toe, didn't he?
So, and that was it. He was gone. So I don't agree with that. Sorry, mate.
Well, yeah, he was lapping as quick as the leaders. That's the problem. Just in Moto3, you lose the toe. That's the end of it.
Yeah, it is, unfortunately. But obviously, Romano Fenati actually, he recovered from a double long lap penalty to take the podium, but I don't think he should have raced, to be honest.
Yeah, well, with what happened, because we know there was an altercation, shall we say.
A scuffle. Yeah.
And going back to Raul Fernandez looking after his own, he had to step in, apparently. And,
and being Romano Fenati, you would not want to come toe-to-toe with Raul Fernandez.
If Raul Fernandez come over to you and said, "Leave my brother alone," you give him your pocket money, wouldn't you? Let's be honest.
Yeah, you are staying right away. Yeah. Oh my god.
So apparently he had to step in as well as Ian O'Neill's brother, who is Fenati's manager.
Angelo, is it?
Yeah.
Angelo Ian O'Neill,
He's apparently quite an odd bastard as well, so that could have been quite fun.
He's so it's not good.
But yeah, I think I don't agree with not making him race, because it's like, it was an inter-team scuffle. Nobody else was hurt, and they kissed and made up, as it were now. So
true, but Fenati is just a knobhead who should not be racing. He's been given far too many chances, and he still cannot control his anger.
Yeah,
I
want to on the side of like not defending a Fenati, but it does take two to tango.
It does, but Fenati has been time again that he's a knobhead.
He always seems to be the one in the middle of it, doesn't he?
Yeah, and you've got to be, if there's a common denominator in every situation that a rider's involved in, surely you've got to look at the rider, not the situations. If there's one common thing...
Yeah, he is the theme, isn't he?
Yeah, and it may have been that, Fernandez on track didn't do something. He didn't give him a toe. He didn't do this, that, and the other. And Fenati's just exploded at a kid who's, 16, 17 years old?
Yes.
Fenati's at 26 years old? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I am with you. But I don't. What would not, they've kissed and made up. What would not racing because if you banned him, you would also have had to ban Fernandez.
Yeah, I wasn't there, so I don't really know the full story, maybe. But it's just Fernandez. No, Fernandez just keeps being given too many chances and keeps doing this BS. Man.
And then look what happens. He podiums it. Fernandez is an enigma because when he's calm, he's eighth. When he's pissed off and wanted to punch things, he podiums. But you can't have a pissed off Fernandez because he does things like grab brake levers and kill switches and shouts at people. Like, it's just, it's not the way to do it. Like, he needs a middle ground. Like, look at Darren Binder. He's controlled it to a point. Like, obviously, Joel Kelso will disagree.
Of TV.
Like, but he's controlled it. Like, he's not hurting anyone. Whereas,
no, he's just screaming at cameras.
Like, he's not diving for gaps that end there anymore. Like, Joel Kelso will disagree with me, like, for one part of that. But on the whole,
because Darren earlier made a bloody move. I think it was against Sergio Garcia, and that was
the
like,
gap was there. But my point is,
not there.
Darren Binder would go through you previously. Now he sort of has racecraft.
No,
he does.
He's improved a bit. Yeah. He's improved a bit. I'll give him that.
He's shown, like I said, he's shown improvement. He's shown a bit of restraint. Fernandez hasn't done that, and he's been up demoted to and been demoted back. You know what I mean? Like, it's getting to the point where last chance saloon is the doors are shut in. Like, he needs to. If Max Biaggi got any sense, he was sitting down and just punch him.
Thing is, though, because he's in Max Biaggi's team, he'll get away with it, and that's not a diss at Max Biaggi, but Max Biaggi would be a lot more lenient than other team managers.
Max is, I think Max would probably have enjoyed it in a way, thinking,
Max like, go on, fight! Get the popcorn and the beers out, boys.
Yeah, I think Fernandez next year may find himself without a ride.
Yeah, I can't see him.
Like, it's bad press. It is bad press. Like, and it's always bad press for Fernandez, and it's a shame because he's such a good rider. He's a hell of a a Tiddly bike rider. He was a good Moto 5 rider. He's a great Moto 3 rider. He's a corner speed demon, but it's just everything that comes with it. It's baggage.
Yeah, he's just a knobhead.
I wouldn't go as far as that. I think he's just.
I would say he's a massive knobhead.
See, I wouldn't. I think he needs counselling. I think he genuinely needs anger management. I think on the whole, like, when he's calm and fine, he seems like a perfectly pleasant dude, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he seems nice when he's calm.
He doesn't seem like, he's not cocky, he's not like, oh, I'm better than you, or, oh, I'm going to come over there and punch your face in for no reason kind of thing. I don't think he's a dickhead. I think he's just, when he's angry, he is angry.
Yeah, like, he is proper, but like, rip your head off angry.
95% of the time, I would say he's a perfectly pleasant dude, like. No.
Fair enough. I've never met the guy to be able to comment properly.
He comes off as just like, just like a normal dude. But then when the anger comes down, he's like that Pixar film, and he turns red and catches fire and starts throwing things. Like,
he's got small man syndrome.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah. Someone needs to check the size of his feet. Maybe we never get to the bottom of the issue.
Yeah, but and obviously moving to his teammate, he had a mad crash, didn't he, during the race?
When I saw where he was. Like, when it cut to it, I thought, oh, shit.
Yeah, because it was the same place that Rodri saved the crash. It was like a 6th gear, bloody 140 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's not a slow crash, that.
Man, he just got flung off his bike.
I think he can consider himself very lucky he's not been hurt through various sources this weekend, to be honest.
Yeah. Fernandez, though, he's one of those riders who's a bit annoying because he keeps either crashing or he gets a long lap every bloody race.
I think he needs to control his fire. Like, the pace is there. Obviously, he's a very good rider. But he's, I think he's just raw.
Yeah, he just likes to kind of, I don't know, maybe to
pure instinct, pure feel, like, instead of actually using the thing between his ears, that squishy thing that's in some riders' heads. Like, because he has a brain, clearly, because, he knew when it was time to call in his brother, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's clearly not a stupid kid. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he does.
But it seems like it's a bit of a brain out job.
Yeah, it does. But it's a bit like
I don't think it's a bad thing, because he's not
no.
hurting others. And when he
Yeah.
does get it under control, he could probably channel it very well.
Yeah, absolutely. I do think he's a little bit like Jeremy Alcoba, who had Paddock Talk confirmed that he annoys John McPhee in qualifying purposely because it was John McPhee.
Can't fault him, honestly. Like, you know what? Honestly, we need more of this. We need a bit
They
more.
hate each other. Yeah.
And the thing is, and I'm gonna just come out and say it. If I was him, I would almost not bother because he's not gonna be around to bother you next year.
I just think it's funny. We need a rivalry like that. You know, we haven't seen a proper rivalry in ages.
I honestly can't fault him. Like, and I know every British now is going to say, "Oh, yeah, but he shouldn't have done it for Wee McPhee. Oh my God, he deserves Moto2, right? Blah blah blah." It's like, if it was the other way around, I'm sure McPhee would have done the same. Honestly,
yeah.
The hatred is mutual.
They just.
It's not like
really
Alcoba's just cocking with McPhee, and McPhee is like saying, "Oh, whatever." You know, he wants his own back. Like, there's proper needle there.
The thing with my Alcoba is he'll try that on with anyone. Like, he was scubbing fairings at bloody Rodrigo earlier in the race. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah.
He's proper banging fairings, like.
I'm starting to really like Alcoba. You know, he's an old school rider, isn't he? He's not one of these new school. Oh, don't touch me, sir! I'll run to the stewards. Oh no.
Yeah, he just doesn't care one bit.
Yeah,
in the slightest.
That'll serve him well going up to Moto2.
Yeah, because he's just
because Moto2 is a bear pit.
Yeah,
it's worse than Moto3. Like, Moto3 is a carnage, but it's mostly just kids making mistakes. In Moto2, it's experienced riders jumping on a mistake.
Yeah, like in Moto3, it's inexperience meets chaos. In Moto2, it's experience meets chaos.
Yeah, like you'll know there's a gap there, and he will stuff it in you.
Yeah,
like it's gonna sit well. Like, I'm really starting to like Alcoba, and the fact that he's basically he's doing the mind games of winning right now with most riders.
He's got pole position. I mean, I really want to see Darren Binder in Moto2. I won't
lie. Yeah. I think Darren Binder is the only one who would say, like, properly be able to stand up to Alcoba in Moto3 right now.
They even deck him.
I mean, on track.
Yeah, but on track, you probably. I would love to see Alcoba and Binder go head to head in a battle. Maybe even add
David for the win.
Add David Munoz into the mix there, and oh my God, you got a war.
Yeah, like, I think if they were going final corner, trying to outbreak each other, neither of them would give the position, and they would both end up in the
neither of them
grapple.
would give way. None of them would.
Speaking of Alcoba, one thing I did want to mention, did you see who finished just behind him? Stefano Neppa.
Yeah, finally got a point.
That is my ride of the weekend.
Yeah, it's not mine, but he's done really well given his injuries and all that.
Well, yeah, he apparently got a fractured vertebra.
Bloody hell!
Like, you know, that's gonna hurt. Like,
yeah. I've got to say, I think Pedro Acosta's fourth place from the hospital bed does pip that, because he's got back injuries as well.
Yeah. But I think just for the severity of Neppa, for me, is Neppa had no right to even be on that track. He should have been in, he should have been having a nice nurse feeding him some jelly, but no, he got on the bike, and fair play to him.
Yeah, he did really well, to be fair.
Very strong ride.
Yeah, and I mean, I just want to point out a little fact for you as well.
Oh, here we go. It's coming around, kids. It's time for Dex Facts.
Oh, yeah. So, Dennis Foggia is the only Honda rider to win in Moto3, and he's the only obviously the only non-KTM, because we're in the gas is a KTM.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's the only Honda rider to win in Moto3 this year.
It's no coincidence that it's Leopard.
Of course.
Honestly, I don't know. I would love to know what they do.
They put KTM's jet fuel in it. That's what it is.
I don't know. It's just, I have no words. Like, how can you consistently do that and not have some little dodgy bugger in the paddock find out how you've done it?
Yeah, like, because they've been, like, their engines have been torn apart and investigated by
many times.
PR46 put a thing in there. Thing is, though, it's great for Leopard, because if their bike's this well tuned or doing this well, imagine what their drinks are like.
Yeah, when you can actually find it on a shelf.
Yeah, you won't get it in the UK. You can buy it in Italy now, like walking around shops. But,
yeah, it's like rich
Leopard,
energy,
if you fancy, Yeah, if you fancy sponsoring us, Leopard, let us know.
I do, you know what, genuinely, I do want to try it.
Apparently, it's really nice. I've
Yeah.
been told it's actually really nice.
It's supposed to be quite fruity.
Yeah. So, well, I'll ask my mate Joel Kelso, see if he's got any lying around.
Yeah, 'cause I would like to actually give it a go just to see how it is. I was like, I bet the caffeine content's like 50 kilos per litre or something.
Mate, if it keeps you buzzing the way that Moto 3 riders...
But like, they've survived many teardowns, and it's all legal.
Yeah,
I just don't know how they've done it. And how someone else hasn't poached the Leopard engine techs.
Yeah, like, they must be paying their bloody engineers in cocaine or something, mate. Yeah, they're doing well.
Yeah, like, Leopard must be spending a lot of their money on contracts.
Like,
no joke.
I can imagine. Because they're the most successful
wouldn't you
team
right now? Like, if you were like a Petronas, who are like, Petronas are a very well-run team, but their bikes in Moto3 just seem to be lagging behind.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, Leopard is the most successful Moto3, obviously exclude 125, are the most successful Moto3 team. IO is close, but I believe, this is going off the top of the dome, by the way, but Leopard have won more Moto3 titles than what IO have won. I could be wrong. I'm going to check that, actually, because I think I'm wrong.
No, that's one be Danny Ken. Yeah, that makes sense. Because Cortese had it, and
let's have a look. I'll get it up for you now. Right, so
no, I think you're right. I think it's 4-1.
Yeah, so Cortese won it,
and that's it for IO.
Oh,
and then it'll be 4 for Leopard. It should be.
What? I thought IO had won like 3 or 4 titles.
No.
Oh no, they've got 2. Binder.
Oh, Binder, yeah, Binder.
2. So yeah, they got 2 compared with Leopard's 3.
3.
So yeah, well, of Kent, Mir, Dalla Porta.
Wasn't there one before?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't know why.
So obviously Leopard are the most successful Moto3 team. So of course, their engineers are going to be on a decent wage. You know what I'm saying?
And they're making the fastest bikes, so they're proven track records, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you were the Leopard guy now and you wanted a pay rise, you could just walk in and be like, right then, give me the money.
We do know.
Wait! You've had 4 pay rises this year. Yeah, but I could just go to Grassini and give him all the Leopard secrets. How much do you want?
All right, here's a blank checkbook.
Yeah, right, get out.
Yeah. The thing is, obviously, we know that their owner's a bit dodgy. This is public information as well.
Yeah.
But their owner's a bit dodgy, so he's probably got more than enough money to pay them this money. So.
He's paying them in tigers or something.
Yeah, like they don't need money anymore because they've got that much of it. So paying you in gold.
Like Pablo Escobar, he'd like spending $2 million a month or $2,000 a month on elastic bands.
What?
Yeah, that's a genuine fact.
That is mental.
$2,000 a month on elastic bands to hold his wads together.
That is ridiculous. I didn't know that.
But just for the record, kids, don't go into cocaine. Cocaine is bad.
Go into heroin instead.
Yeah, go into pills. They're easy to move.
We're not condoning drugs, I just want to say.
Yeah, that is a joke.
God, before you're cancelled.
But yeah, that's a true fact. So I think Leopard's owner is kind of doing that. He's like, it is public knowledge that it was a front for a drug ring at one point.
Well, no, it's because it's done for fraud and all that. There was rumours of the drugs.
Leopard, before it was publicly available, was a front for moving drugs. And then suddenly he found out that you could actually make a shitload of money by moving actual energy drinks.
Yeah.
That's what happened. No, that's public knowledge. Genuine. That's what happened. Google it.
Well, it's Jacob Ward who said that. Jacob Ward from Now Moto News has said that in case anyone wants to file a lawsuit.
No, it's on Google. It's a known fact. That's the thing.
I'm just protecting myself, right?
But isn't that mental? It's a thing.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that they were dodgy because the guy had like loads of dodgy dealings back in like Colombia and all that. But a dodgy guy from Colombia. Where have you heard that before? You know what I mean? But yeah, so I do want to give a shout out there to Joel Kelso, who was actually, oh my God, he had one hell of a start today. Oh my God, he was like just outside the points, but then obviously had the pit lane right through. Yeah,
he wasn't the only one.
No.
It was the group he was in. They
Yeah. Masia fell on. I think
Yuki
Kuni is
Kuni,
the heart.
Farid,
And
and
then Matsuyama just fucked his race up.
yeah. But honestly, it's Kelso. He's proven that he's not out of his depth at all.
Yeah. Doing well, mate. Doing well if you're listening.
Yeah,
Fair
he's
play.
yeah, I was very impressed. He had the pace to be up there,
Yeah. And
which is
I consider
amazing
him
to
like
see.
I think he deserves a full seat, I think, genuinely.
Yeah, like I think someone would be silly not to snap him up. Honestly, like
Genuinely, yeah.
he's not lighting the world on fire in CEV, but he's got on the World Championship spec bike, which is obviously it's still a KTM, but it's a very different machine.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And figured it out pretty quick, and look, he's flying.
Hmm.
Sometimes all you need is that chance, you know.
Exactly, yeah, because we've seen riders not do too well in the Chev and then come up and do really well. So, it's not, you don't have to, like, yes, of course, previous experience and championships help, but they're not always the be all and end all. So.
I think CEV needs to, especially CEV Moto3 as it's a junior world championship, needs to run current machinery.
I think they do as well, but obviously it's so expensive, mate.
Oh yeah, I get why. Like I understand, but I think to give riders the best chance of moving up, I think it needs to be current machinery.
Yeah, it would be better at the end of the day because they're
Like
still running
Moto
the
2
Hondas in
is
Moto 2.
CEV Moto 2 is still running Honda 600s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that doesn't set you up to look at Edgar Pons.
Yeah.
He was flying on the 600, comes up to the 765, and suddenly he can't twist the throttle. You know?
Yeah, it's like he and Raffin both two-time champions in that class now. And
Yeah, it doesn't sit you in good stead for the thing. I'm glad they are throwing that Honda out. Like it is basically an outdated machine now. It's a 2010 outdated machine.
Yeah. Where have we had a rider with it riding a 10-year-old machine to victories before?
Well, 12 now, isn't it? Well, 11 years old now, that Honda will be, like the engine. No, it's a lump now at this point. The game's moved on. Come on, CV, get with the times, man.
Exactly, yeah. And if you didn't catch what I was just saying about a rider winning races on a 10-year-old machine, I'm reverting to our XDK podcast that was released last Thursday. So if you haven't listened, what the hell are you doing? Go back and listen to it.
He had a great first race win.
Yeah, he did. He won the race yesterday. This was being filmed
prior to the second race, so we don't know the result yet.
Yeah, it's literally starting in about 20 minutes.
But he made Escalante his bitch towards the end, didn't he? Let's be real.
Yeah, he went on a fucking full rant against Escalante. It was very enjoyable to listen to, so I do recommend you listen to that podcast.
But he backed it up on track. That's the thing. He backed it up on track and made Escalante his bitch on track at the Ridge as well. It was awesome.
Yeah, he's done well. So, yeah, go back and listen to that if you haven't already, because it was a good podcast, and we're going to move on to Moto 2.
Yeah.
So,
my favourite class.
Yeah. Obviously, we saw Raul Fernandez do the blooming ride of a century.
Did the business, didn't he?
Yeah, like a stunning ride from P1 to P9 to P1 again. Like in Moto 2,
he had it
as a
today.
rookie.
Like he had it. It's that simple. Like some days you just got it, and he had it.
Yeah.
Not every day is going to be like this, but Mama said days were going to be like this sometimes, and here it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like he is.
Really, the fact he got a double Fernandez podium is amusing to me.
Yeah, I do like that. The Fernandez.
Yeah.
But, I'm so happy for Augusto Fernandez. Finally, man.
It came a little later than I thought it would, but I said in previous podcasts that we'd see him come to the fore at some point.
Yeah, it was always going to happen. Yeah, and just to run over the predictions before I forget. So Gary Lee went for Gardner, Digia, and Fernandez. So we got 2. Well done. I went for Gardner, Fernandez, and Digia as well. I didn't even realise.
Yep.
So I did well. I said I've written Fernandez, so either or could have counted. So that's
right.
fine.
But let's just get this out of the way. I took a punt.
Jacob went for Remy Gardner, Aaron Canet, who crashed, and Cameron Boubier.
Yeah, it didn't quite go that well, did it?
No, but I knew you would if it did go in, you'd be so smug right now. So I'm languishing.
Cam was quick. He just can't qualify.
No, he's shocking at qualifying at the moment.
Like he hasn't got his head around the removing your brain part yet, has he?
Yeah, you add your brain when you race and you remove it when you qualify.
Yeah, like he needs Oppa to just twist his head off, take his brain out for quality, and then put it back in at the end of the day.
Thing is, though, him being a 5-time Moto America champion and have that experience is actually playing against him now because he's having to do everything opposite to what he's used to.
Like
he's having to ride like
once
a
he
twat.
sorts his qualifying, he's going to be a top 5.
Yeah, I think he's proven that he's already very strong.
But my entire rider of the day in all 3 classes was 6th.
Ayagura, yeah, he's doing so well in Moto2.
Honestly, I rated Agura anyway, but I did not see this coming.
No
I thought
one.
it would be a lot of adjustment.
Yeah, 100%. He's doing so well.
I had someone message me when he was struggling in pre-season, and they said to me, "Oh, he didn't deserve the move."
About that.
Yeah, about that, champ.
Yeah,
and,
he's doing so well.
I also put a thing on my story about if anything I should try and squeeze into the podcast, and someone messaged me saying Stefano Manzi and his struggles.
Yeah, he's doing crap, mate.
Is he though?
Yes, he's doing crap, mate.
Consistent points though.
Yeah, but
Can that be considered a failure? Honestly.
yeah, but I'm just gonna back myself up here. Hold on.
I know what you're gonna say, but I think consistent points can't be considered a failure.
No, but he's been in Moto2 since 2017 with the best result of 4th, mate.
He's ridden some pigs though as well.
He's ridden a VR46 KLX.
That's the aside from that and the Pons bike, I don't think he's been on a bike worth having. He was on the Suter in 2018.
Yeah, but the thing is, he did okay on the Suter and then the MV for 2 years. But then has come onto the KLX and everyone's gone, he's going to do really well.
Yeah,
and
he's still doing okay.
Flopping.
That's the problem. He needs to have stepped his game up now. He's on a great team and a great chassis, and he hasn't done that yet.
Well, I'm pretty sure Alonso Lopez outscored him last time round.
He did.
Exactly.
But this weekend, he's beat Lopez. But obviously, Lopez was on the...
Yeah, Lopez is on the speed-ups.
Yeah. But Manzi's... he's got race pace sorted. He's doing a Bobia. He can't qualify. Like, those two, if they could qualify even 2 rows higher, they would be in the mix for the top 10s every race. Because the race pace is there. So I'm not considering him a failure. Not yet.
He's going to lose his ride. He does not deserve a match.
I don't agree. He's doing better than Garzo for me. And Garzo's not going to lose his ride. Nobody's talking about Garzo losing his ride.
That's because they're in the second season. But he qualified in 6th anyway, didn't he? Something.
Yeah,
he was front 2 rows, and he's already had a podium.
PCR test ruled out Hector Garzo.
So
but, yeah, he would have beaten Manzi today.
Yeah.
But I'm just all I'm saying is I think people are almost over egging the pudding with him in terms of a failure because you can't consider.
Yeah, but you're biased anyway. You're biased.
No, I'm not. I'm saying this completely objectively. Like, we are not considering Celestino Vietti a failure or Chantra, are we? And Chantra and
but
Vietti
they're rookies.
are both.
Well, no, Vietti's a rookie, though, isn't he?
Chantra's only been in this class 1 less year than Manzi, and we ain't considering him a failure.
Well,
Schrotter.
No,
he's been in the class longer. Is Schrotter a failure at consistent points?
No, because he's got podiums. So, I mean, how many? Yeah, I don't know what you mean about Chantra. Chantra's been only in since 2019.
Yeah, he was Moto3, wasn't he? My bad.
No, he wasn't. Oh yeah, he did one race in the Moto3. Yeah.
No, but like Trotter's been in it for a long time. He's consistent top 10s, and nobody's saying he's a failure.
Yeah, but Trotter's only there because he's German and the team's German, and they need a German rider.
But nobody's calling for his head.
No, because he's decent.
I don't know why. I think Manzi gets the raw end of the stick always because he's wild.
Well, the thing is though, what would you say is consistent points? Like, what would you say? Because Manzi's only scored points in 4 races this year out of 9. That's not consistent.
Yeah,
that's nowhere near consistent.
Every other. Yeah, I when he stays on, he does score the points. That's the thing. It's the double-edged sword.
Well,
it's
well, he hasn't crashed out of Catalonia in Germany and Qatar, and
Yeah.
he's got.
Oh, he struggled like hell the past 2
He's
races.
outside
I'm
the
so
top.
glad to see him back.
He was
Putting
like,
my fan hat on, I'm really glad to see him back in the points at Assen because he struggled like hell the past 2 races.
yeah, he just doesn't deserve a seat at all.
I'm going to say I agree, and I think he will lose his seat.
He is about to outscore
The same as
himself.
Balder. Like we know, Manzi and Balder are my 2 riders who I actually do support.
Yeah.
Both are underachieving for what they should be right now. But I wouldn't consider Manzi a failure, not yet. It's a big adjustment from that MV.
He needs. I can't see him.
He needs time that he's not going to be given. That's the problem.
He's not. He's not staying. There's no chance in hell he's staying.
Well, maybe the VR46 seat where Bez going up might be his saving grace.
Me. I just can't.
That's the only seat I think would be available in Moto2 next year.
Yeah, that's legit.
Otherwise, he's going to Supersport or something.
Yeah, that's
like
it.
But I think it is harsh to call him a failure at this point.
Like you compared him to Garza earlier. Garza's already got a podium. Manzi's got 0.
But Garza has been on a Kalex his entire World Championship.
No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't.
Yeah,
he was on
aside from wild cards on the Tech 3.
He was on a Mistral for years.
Yeah, but he never actually did full-time ride, did he?
Yeah,
on the Mistral.
In the Chev. He rode in the Chev.
But as soon as he stepped up to the World Championship, then he's on a Kalex.
Yeah, but last year was his only season. Is his rookie season last year?
Yeah.
Nah, you're writing excuses here, mate.
No, I
apart.
completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. Like, Garza was outperformed. Yes. I just think someone said the word failure when they put the message on, and I don't agree. Not yet. It's very harsh right now to judge him as a failure.
I have to agree to disagree there, I think.
I think there's more to come, but it's whether he'll be given the time to do it.
Speaking of another rider who you say...
I would... Well, sorry, one more thing just before. I'm saying that objectively, like, you know, he's not doing well enough. Like, it's that simple. Any rider who was in his position, I would be saying not good enough. But I think there is more to come.
I don't know, mate, because speaking of a rider who wasn't a failure, Celestino Vietti, who on the opening lap was doffed back to P27, finished in 10th place as a rookie.
Rossi riders and going to the back of the grid from the start. Like,
I don't know, but bloody hell, from a rookie as well. Like, fair play to that kid, you know.
Not bloody impressive. Like, there's no other way to put it.
No.
Severely impressive.
Absolutely stunning. And the battles that Sam and Remy and all are having as well. Oh my god. And
I think Bez is underperforming. Bez should have been in that battle.
Yeah, Bez should really be in the podium every race, really, these days.
Qualifying wrecked him, don't get me wrong. And he had laps taken away, he would have been much higher.
Yeah.
But, you know, everybody else set laps.
Yeah. They're all on the same track.
Yeah, that's it.
But,
like, Bez is flattering to deceive right now. Does he really deserve the move up as it stands?
I'd say he's third in the championship, so yeah, I would say so, yeah.
But going backwards.
One
rider I did want to shout out for actually finishing a race was Jorge Navarro.
Yeah, he's not the best for actually finishing races, but yeah, he got 7.
When he does finish, he finishes solid. That's the thing. It's just 1 in 4. Like,
yeah, it's tough.
He's another one who's going to lose his ride.
I think so. Yeah, I can't see him staying for a
especially with Aldeguer waiting in the wings.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Suddenly the Spectre has arrived for Jorge, and
yeah,
I think production bikes might be where his future is.
Yeah, I think so. He'll go into the Supersport again and dominate, and Superbikes is calling, you know.
Yeah, he's going to do a Locatelli, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. But we saw, obviously, chaotic opening lap, and I was gutted to see Lorenzo Della Porta crash after qualifying in 9th place. Because he's...
Yeah, LDP finally seemed to have found us something.
Yeah, he's improving.
Yeah, it took 2.5 years. Well, a year and a half.
Yeah.
Like, it's, you know, it's taken him over a season as coming in as a Moto3 World Champion.
Yeah.
But
he's
maybe this is a baby step.
Yeah, it's nice to see at the end of the day because it's nice to see him up there. I was gutted when he crashed, but he's making steps every session and every race, and
but
finally
the crash also was his fault.
Yeah,
like make no mistake, it was a coming together, but it 100% was Della Porta.
Yeah, Yeah, unfortunately so.
He ruined his own race, sadly.
Yeah.
Speaking of chaotic opening laps, I was really relieved to see Arbolino was okay.
Yeah, oh my god. He like flung that out the fence, didn't he?
Did you see how high it went?
Yeah, I can't
When
remember
it
now.
bounced up, it yeeted and it just went. It must have went a good 3-4 meters in the air.
Bloody hell.
It was up. Like gravity played a part, 100%. And he was down for a while. I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, me too, yeah. Because that was...
One other rider I did want to shout out really quickly
It's
was
Manuel Gonzalez. Hey,
Yes.
I knew it.
Yeah. Obviously replacing Baldassari because Balda broke third metacarpal in his hand, declared unfit. Runs to the track, misses FP1 because the call was that late. Jumps on in FP2 and immediately chucks into the top 15 in the mixed conditions. Like
mental.
On an MV, I don't care who you are. That's impressive.
That is very impressive. You know,
like he come home 22nd, he beat only the NTSs, but he didn't come last in a ride where he didn't even get an FP1 on a dry track.
Yeah, because he's not ridden. I don't. He might have ridden.
He was literally 8 seconds off Timoni Corsi.
Which is pretty good considering
that's unbelievable.
Yeah, like that's very good considering he's never ridden the bike before and it's very uncompetitive in this class.
Yeah, like as I said earlier, it's a bear pit.
Yeah.
Like one chink, you're going to be shown up, and he definitely was not.
Yeah, because that bike is not fast.
Yeah, the MV is not a good bike at the moment.
No.
I think Manzi actually made it slightly better looking back than it was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And one other rider I did want to mention is Dixon, 18th. Not doing quite enough to get that move yet.
Not yet, no.
There's more to come from Jake. He's been on the back foot, etc.
Well, they're saying about getting a British rider to MotoGP. What about Sam Lowe's?
I think Sam, through no fault of his own, is considered damaged MotoGP goods.
Yeah, but he's proven in Moto2.
He was treated abysmally at Aprilia back when Aprilia was poorly run.
Yeah.
But I think, just to put it crudely, shit sticks.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for Sam, I think he's not wanted to be touched around the paddock in MotoGP because of that season where it all just went tits up for him.
Yeah, it just all went wrong for him. And
Dixon is the best option. It's that simple.
Yeah. Dixon,
unfortunately, Dixon is out of form. But because he's out of form so badly right now, it's a risk. It is a risk. But so was Fabio.
Yeah.
And look what happened there.
Exactly. So you never know.
And thank you, Marcos Ramirez, for coming home 20th and maybe giving SDK more of a shot at moving in. Appreciate that.
Oh, wow.
No, honestly, I've got absolutely nothing against Marcos Ramirez. I like him a lot.
Very good rider.
But after speaking with SDK especially, I just want him to vacate that seat now.
Give SDK the ride, please.
Yeah. But nothing against him. And I would love him to find a seat elsewhere in another Moto2 ride. Just get off that particular bike, please.
Yeah. Put him on.
And of course, Big Bo. I was gutted for him.
Yeah, what happened with him? I can't remember now.
Jump start.
Oh, no.
Ride through penalty for a jump start. So no podium, as was told by us. That made me laugh. But no podium, unfortunately. But Moto2 was probably the best Moto2 race we had for a long time.
Yeah, it was. Well, I think we had one
I
earlier
think
this
it's better
season.
than Moto3 right now.
Moto2 is very good at the moment. It is good.
People say it's boring. It ain't boring.
I mean,
like, aside from the IO boys clearing off at the front, these battles all the way through the field. Like, you just need to look.
Just wish the TV would televise it.
Yeah, I would love to see more of the mid pack of Moto2, honestly.
Oh, we all would, yeah.
But the front racing was so good today that I understand as well.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it was great. And yeah, love Moto2. Way to go.
It's alright. Right, moving to MotoGP. Where the hell have I put my MotoGP results? There they are. So, we had a very good race, as always.
Before we start, I just want to express my disappointment that Garrett Gerloff didn't race with a Minion helmet, because I know you love that so much.
Thanks for that.
There we are,
Really
going in, whoever sent me that.
Great. But yeah. Anyway, moving on. quickly.
Near the end.
So,
Yeah. I love it.
yes, with the predictions, obviously Gary Lee went for Quartararo, Miller, who did crash, and Oliveira, who, given his recent form, is not a bad shout.
Well, fifth.
Yeah, did all right. And then Jacob went for Ziaco Mir, which I was very impressed by, because I actually doubted you last week, and he's done the business. And Brad Binder, who started from 18th.
Yeah, I thought Binder would beat Oliveira here, but I was wrong.
Yeah.
But
Well,
Mia
we're
third
week
and
off
Zarco
anyway.
fourth. I sort of save face on my other crap predictions for Moto2 and Moto3, really.
Yeah. And then I unfortunately did not back up my dub in Sachsenring, and unfortunately went for Binder, Oliveira, and Quartararo.
Yeah.
And I got Quartararo right, so that's
I think
maybe.
Fabio was a shout I should have gone for.
Oh, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Hindsight and all that.
Yeah, well, I don't know why I didn't look it back.
Yeah.
Like Vinales, you'd understand why I didn't select him. Like,
yeah.
But
it's actually funny because last week you were like, I will never go Vinales again, and then he gets a podium.
I'm going to stand by that because if I select him next week, he'll come 14th.
Yeah.
So I don't want to wreck his season any more than I already have, so I'm just going to leave him alone.
It's alright, he'll ruin it himself, it's fine.
Yeah.
He'll be 14th next ride anyway, we already know this.
Yeah, unfortunately, you might be right.
Yeah.
But Fabio's basically just... this is the run for the title.
He's going to win the title now.
It starts now, doesn't it? Like, Austria's next 2 rounds, if he can come out of there with a couple of top 5s, which is possible.
Yeah.
But, of course, Ducati might have something to say about that in KTM, but, whatevs. If he can come out of there with 2 okay results, he has this title.
Yeah, I think he's
now a cut up.
Yeah, he is. He's on fire. And now people are going to be like, it's boring.
No, it's not boring. It's only boring if Marquez is winning. Come on now.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Forgot about
that. Mark did well. I fully expected him to fade at the end.
Yeah, 20th to 7th. Wow.
And not only that, to have enough strength to stick it up a demon in the brakes in Alicia Spargaro at the Gert Timmer chicane for the 7th place.
Yeah,
round of applause, Marc Marquez.
Fair play to Marc Marquez, mate. He did really well, to be fair, from 20th on the grid after that monster high side.
Yeah, I'm surprised he even got out of bed, honestly. He's a different breed, that guy. He just is.
He's a beep boop boop robot, beep boop.
I don't think he's a robot because he's squishy. He does get hurt.
Well, now he does. He didn't used to. His software needs an update.
Yeah, that's it. He's running on the old software. But he's not running on the old software. He's not, though, is he? Because he just took a 7, when he's still very weak. Like that's no mean feat. Honestly, I don't want to, just turn this into a Marc Marquez loving, but he deserves praise.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, people almost expect it of him, and it's still not to be expected yet. He's still not right.
Yeah, and he's just doing bits. So, yeah, fair play, Marc Marquez. Well done, lad.
Yeah, I was so impressed. And that Honda, as I said earlier, was not behaving. So for him to drag that thing to where it was, just nothing but respect for Marc Marquez.
Yeah. I have to say, though, I'm gutted for 2 riders, namely Francesco Bagnaia and Takaki Nakagami.
Taka's head went in there.
He literally, Vinales got past him and he just crumbled, didn't he?
Yeah, cheap watch.
Just crumbled and losing places every corner.
It's the same old story for Taka now, isn't it?
Yeah,
what Taka needs is to just rip a start, get in front, and clear off.
Yeah,
he's very Jorge.
Yeah. He's very Vinales. As soon as someone taps him on the shoulder racing, he just falls apart.
Because this end tiddlywinks, you are going to get duffed up at some point in the podium positions in MotoGP. No matter who you are.
He just falls apart, and he was going wide every corner. He was missing apexes, and riders are just flying past him.
Yeah, but is 9th his true position? In that the Honda is where it needs to be. Because I think, but he was overriding it, getting it up into 3rd.
Yeah, he was.
You could see it was not behaving. The only place it was at anything on the Ducati was the quick change of direction. but every biker got it over Ducati on the quick change of direction. So
Yeah, because they were
that's
slogging it around.
yeah, that's no achievement. I think based on what he has, that was his good. That was good. Like
Yeah.
he was lying to himself and others by being in third. That wasn't the right position.
He was doing well though. I've got to say, he's doing well.
Taka is a podium rider. The Honda is not.
Yeah, basically. But I was gutted to see him fall back like that. I was like, no.
Yeah, like as soon as Mav went past him, you could see he just panicked and he thought, "Oh shit, here we go again."
Yeah.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Yeah, and he was like, right, I need to make this place back, and then fucked up the next corner, and then bang.
Then outbraked himself, and that was the end of it. One rider I did want to mention was Iker Lecuona. That's who I was most gutted for.
Really? You crashed out, what, 14th, wasn't it?
10th.
Oh, was it 10th?
Yep, he was actually ahead of Brad Binder.
That's a shame, man.
Yeah, and he was ahead of a lot of good riders, and he was dicing with Paul Espargaro.
Was he?
Yeah, honestly, he's found form too late.
Yeah.
Because I do believe there's a place in this paddock for Iker Lecuona.
Yeah, I think he needs to do a few more years in Moto2 and then come back.
Now he's had the arm pump operation, suddenly he's a different man.
Yeah.
I think he had that too late as well.
Yeah,
I think it is just a case of too little too late for Lecuona, when the reality is that he is good enough to be a MotoGP and he deserves a ride in MotoGP somewhere.
Yeah, it's just a shame. Maybe get more on those Yamahas.
Could you prove anywhere other than KTM? He's been nothing but.
I think he'd do better on a Yamaha.
Because I do think he deserves a shot still somewhere. Like, I don't know. He's got something. You know when a rider just has something that you can't put your finger on, but you know he has it to be good enough.
Yeah.
And I think Lecuona has it. But I can't, like, really shitty for a guy on a podcast, but I can't explain why. He just has it.
Well, that's helpful. Thanks for that. Great insight.
He's got the X factor. Here we are. He's got the X factor. If he was singing, he'd be in the final. But yeah, I was gutted for him to crash out. But you know, he had the first to crash out of Gert Timmer chicane, and he ain't going to be the last.
No, exactly. Yeah, it's a bit. It sucks for him, but I do think it is too late. So
yeah. Unfortunately, it is.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know what Savadori was doing off the start. Finally, a good qualifying for Sava, and then he decides to just do a Sunday ride off the start and lose all the positions.
Yeah.
What are you up to, kid? Come on now. It's not hard. You know what I mean? Brake later, accelerate earlier. What's so hard about that?
So easy to do. Why aren't we doing it? Why aren't we on there doing it?
Yeah, brake later, accelerate earlier, and turn better. Like, come on, Sava.
Come on, it's easy, mate. Easy, mate. I could do that. My nan could do that.
And that leads me into losing positions, and I think confirmation that we are going to have a certain Italian retiring.
Mr. Valentino Rossi.
Yeah, he wheelied 3 times off the start, goes dead last, crashes out of not even points positions after a promising qualifying.
It's a big shame because like,
it is. He needed this.
He said after the race that, you know, stuff like this makes it hard to continue. Yeah,
I can't continue like this, he said.
So it is a big shame to see him crash out like this, but I do think it is time now.
Yeah, I think if his mind wasn't made up, it is now.
Yeah, that's the final nail.
Like he's just had another really heavy crash, which isn't Rossi.
No.
He was never a crasher.
No.
Like I do wind people up about Rossi, like, and you know, because it's so easy to get Rossi fans to bite. But
yeah.
I do wind people up about it, but the reality now is I'm actually starting to genuinely feel a little bit sorry for him.
Oh, I feel bad for him, man. Like
it you know, like it's got to the point where it's just, without wanting to be too crude about it, it's just now a sad old man. You know what I mean? Like it is, like, you know, he looks like the pressure's getting to him because he's got his finger in a lot of pies in this paddock now. Could you imagine Akiayo having to ride a bike as well as do all what he does?
No,
because that's what Rossi's doing.
That's why Rossi's got Pablo Nieto and Uccio and all that doing his work for him, you know.
Yeah, it's just so many people are relying on him, and the pressure is so great that I just don't think there's going to happen anymore. I feel for him. I really do.
Yeah, I do as well. It's a big shame at the end of the day.
Yeah, because I think it's it. Like, you know, he's just gone and snapped one of the carbon swing arms.
Oof.
When was the last time you heard of Rossi crashing and breaking a bike like that?
Yeah, very, very rare.
Exactly. I don't see why he would continue now. Everybody's like, oh, he's going to get on the second VR46 bike. Why would he do that?
He's not going to do it. The Prince wants him to, which makes me wonder if the Prince thought that he had hired him to ride his bike. You know, like he had, they're paying for Rossi to ride for them.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's I don't think that's the case.
I hope not.
But I think he was hoping the pressure would make him do it. But
Yeah.
I think everybody has a breaking point.
Yeah,
I
they
think
do. Yeah.
Rossi has hit it.
I think he
Like
is.
no matter what Dorna say now, what the Saudi Prince says, what anybody says, I think he is done.
Yeah, and it'll be a sad day when he does announce it. I think he will probably announce it. He'll have a time to think now. These next 5 weeks.
I think I can see the announcement before Austria.
I can see it. I can see it at Mazzano. Like he'll run a special lid.
No, I think it'll be before in the summer break to give everybody time to buy the Mazzano tickets.
Maybe, but like he'll definitely run like a goodbye helmet at Mazzano for sure.
Oh yeah, it is going to be a weird ass scene when you're looking at the standings and the 46N in it next year.
They'll obviously retire the
number. Have to
number.
adjust to.
Yeah, it's a big shame, but it sucks. But at the end of the day,
we're gonna have a very capable rider step in Garrett Gerloff.
Hopefully, obviously, he's not confirmed. By the way, I just want to add that out.
But it's gonna happen in there.
Maybe.
Like, oh come on! Like he's impressed well enough. This with what we know now, with Maverick actually being true.
Yeah.
And like he's gonna break his contract. We now know why Gerloff was selected.
Yeah.
And why Toprak was gonna be selected.
Yeah.
It's because it was auditions.
Yeah, 100%. That's why Cal wasn't chosen, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's. But otherwise, they would have just put Cal on the bike and be like, "Yeah, ride round, get data." Thanks, kid.
I think they will choose him for Spielberg if Franco's not back, but
yeah, well, only because Gerloff has a calendar clash because of superbikes. Otherwise, I think he would be back on that bike personally.
When is Superbikes the next? Is it next weekend?
I don't know.
I think it might be, to be fair.
Honestly, Superbikes is one thing that never interested me all that much.
Fair enough. Great, okay.
I like prototypes.
Yeah, I like prototypes. They're good. So I think this is a good time to round off because we can't do predictions because there's no races for 5 weeks.
One thing I did want to say, if you're going to end, what I want from people now is obviously we're going to need 5 topics over the next 5 weeks and not much racing.
Oh, I can think of them.
Yeah, but send Everything Motor Racing a message with what you think, and then if they're good enough, we'll chuck them in.
Yeah, if you want us to talk about something, ping us a message. You know,
now is the time.
Yeah,
with the summer break.
We'll be doing some interviews of riders as well, and we'll have some riders on here. But yeah, if there's anything you want us to do a full podcast on, let us know, and we'll see what we can do for you. You know what I'm saying?
Like, give the people what they want, innit?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but
that's it. If not a people pleaser.
No. But I hope you've enjoyed listening to this podcast. It's a bit longer again. We do miss you, Gary. We missed having your input.
For yourself.
No, it's nice. It's nice to have his input, you know, and hear his side of things. Because it's just me arguing against you with no third man coming in and keeping the peace.
He's the ref usually, isn't he?
Yeah.
he's like the voice of reason.
Exactly. So. I think he'd have definitely said Manzi was crap.
That's a worrying day when Gary's the voice of reason.
Nah, I'd say he's definitely got his shit together more than us, so it's fine.
Well, that's not difficult to say.
No.
If you look at my life, you would want to donate money to me.
Oh, mate, your life is just
fucked.
I wouldn't be jealous and envious of your life.
I wouldn't either. If you want to start a GoFundMe, people, now's your chance.
Oh God! Please do not donate to this guy. For the love of God!
I'll just blow it all on crack.
Oh God, I hope not.
No, I wouldn't.
So
I'm a professional.
Yeah, okay. I don't want to like have you OD over crack or something now. He doesn't do crack. I just want to put it out there to the public.
Well, that he knows of.
Oh fucking hell! Right, I'm going to end this bloody podcast now. So I hope you've enjoyed listening.
I don't do crack. I don't do any drugs. The only thing I do is have the occasional beer.
Great. Alcoholic. Okay. Cool. Okay, well.
That's acceptable.
So I hope you've enjoyed listening to this podcast. Let us know if there's anything you'd like us to talk about for a full episode. Obviously at Everything Motor Racing. And we will see you again next week.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.